It feels good to be back on the Indian Challenger today. It is, 17th, 18th of June, something like that. The Indian is telling me it's 81 degrees, and I think we're going to 98 today, so I am out early. I left about 8:30 this morning, heading up to Texas Hill Country for a usual picnic lunch. Hoping to get back before it gets too hot. I had to change vests. I took off my, what is it called? Alpine Stars street vest, maybe? That's the airbag vest, and took it off because it's too hot. It doesn't breathe very well, and so I also have the Hit Air vest. So I like that because it's more open, more airy, and I can get it wet. The other one, the Alpine Stars, has got gobs of electronics in it, so it probably won't come out again until it cools off here in Central Texas. I know the nation Midwest has been in a heat wave, and we're all trying to deal with it, but Central Texas has been hit pretty hard with the heat wave. Early. We've had lots of hundreds before we're supposed to. Just over 3,000 miles on the new Indian Challenger. It's been a great bike. Lots of good times on it already. I will say that the CAN bus system that these things come with, or all the computers that these come with, make it a very sensitive machine to electronic deviations. So I've had some experiences with codes coming up for no reason, I think, just because maybe the voltage may have changed a bit while riding. And I can watch, I don't know if you can see it, but the ride command tells me the approximate voltage number, and they're showing me in 1/10 increments. I think it's pretty accurate, but I was getting codes when I had the rear cylinder deactivation engaged, and then I disengaged it before the end of my ride. Most of the time I keep it off. And all of a sudden I had all kinds of weird codes and engine warnings and so on. So I thought about, well, maybe the battery's too weak for this bike. So I almost bought a battery, and then I tested it. I bought a tester from Amazon and tested the battery, and the battery showed good ohm impedance, and plenty of goody to start the bike. And I do keep it on a battery tender all the time, but I kept researching good or better batteries and wound up keeping this battery, which I'm glad I did. You don't need to spend the money if you don't need to spend the money. And so I did some research, or a lot of research, looking around as to what could be the cause of all these codes coming up. And finally, I looked up maintenance according to Indian Motorcycle on their batteries. And they said to maintain your battery, take a wire brush to the terminals, to the connections, shine them up, and then put a coat of dielectric grease on it. So I had that, in the garage, so I didn't have to go out and buy anything. I took out the battery. I tested it again on the bench. Battery showed fine. I brushed the terminals well, shined them up. I brushed the cables well, shined those up, put a coating of dielectric grease on it. You'd think a new bike should have this from the dealer, but it doesn't. And reinstalled the battery, which is in the front chin of the bike. I think that's a good way to describe it. Put the battery back in, tighten all the clamps down, then put the cables on, and started right up. Have not had a single code since doing that. So for those of you that are getting errant codes on your late model Indian with the complicated ride commands, I'd suggest you give that a try before investing in a new battery. And generally these UASA batteries last quite a bit. Years, some of them get years out of their batteries, like 5-9 years I've read. So I'm going to keep on with that maintenance. Every once in a while I'll just pop off the terminals, shine them up, and put another coating of dielectric grease on. And this has been a while now, and so far, knock on wood, have not had another weirdo code come up. So we shall see. And I'll keep you all informed as to if any codes come back, and see what other solutions we have. Other than that, the ride command obviously for a lot of folks is glitchy. I know what I did to fix my heated grips that would come on. Every time I start the bike, the heated grips would come on. And it drove me crazy because you got to remember to shut it off, or you're driving off it with hot hands. Then you got to look for the right screen, and with your gloves on, it's not always that easy to find. So what I did, believe it or not, was after I updated the firmware on the bike again, I updated the maps. So who would have thought that the maps would have fixed the heated grips? But anyway, it did for me. Hope these hints help you all. In the meantime, I'm going to ride and enjoy. The traffic gets hairy around here on this road. There's so many intersections, and I guess people are getting out early because it's going to be hot. So I am going to let the crazies pass. I'm pulling into the slower lane, which is still over the speed limit, so I can let the crazies pass and enjoy my relaxing ride up into the Indian Hill Country. Indian Hill Country. How about Texas Hill Country? That too. Y'all have a great day. Peace out. Bye.